What is up, everybody? We are back. We are live on a Wednesday night for the weekly live stream. We are broadcasting live this evening from my basement in parts unknown. No, I'm in Kentucky. That's where I'm located. That's where I currently reside. Let me fix some things, guys. It was a race to the finish line to get down here on time. I was trying to create a new intro, which I successfully did, and you all just saw it. I don't know if I love it. I like my other one where I'm browsing the collection, but trying to change things up, do different things, not have everything be the same old every single week. But let me flip my camera around a little bit. All right, guys. How are you all doing? How are you all doing on this Wednesday? We got a fun show tonight. We've got some topics we're going to get into. We've got physical media controversies in 2024. So I put out a poll, I think it was like maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago now, asking you guys what you thought the biggest physical media controversy was of 2024 thus far. And I gave some options. People voted. I asked for other controversies that you may bring up that maybe I didn't think of. And I didn't really get a ton. But I managed to come up with 10 myself. I've got a top 10, and then we've got a couple of honorable mentions as well. And I know what you're thinking. The year's not over with. We got so many potential controversies to come, right? We've got another James Cameron 4K on the horizon, potentially. I mean, I think Terminator's coming this year. So there's stuff to go wrong still this year. But I was like, you know what? Enough's gone wrong this year. Let's just get together and bitch together. That'll be fun. Everybody's always like, Ken, you're so negative. Quit being so negative all the time. Well, you know what? That's just what happens. I've had a year, guys. I don't know. It's been a year. It's been okay, I guess, for the most part. But I've had some life changes, and it's just been kind of hard, kind of stressful, and I'm kind of pissed off sometimes. I'm just pissed off this year. I don't know what you want me to tell you. But let me get into the chat. I've been talking enough. We got some other smaller topics we'll get into, and whatever you guys want to ask in the comment section as well. I'll answer. I'll answer some questions as well. But thank you all so much for being here. It always takes me a little bit to get going. I'm so hyper active, and I do have some coffee. I made some coffee. I had to make the coffee, guys. That's important. That's very important. That I stay awake. You don't want me to fall asleep midstream. You don't want that to happen. All right, guys. Let me look at something real quick. All right. So how you all doing? Let me know how you're doing. Let me know what you've been watching. The last movie I watched, let me know the last movie you watched. The last movie I watched was House 2. So I'm trying to make my way through my Blu-ray 4K backlog challenge, which my last video was like 2 months ago now. So I need to update that. But I've got 4 movies to go. I'm 6 movies in, and I watched House 2 last night. And then I jumped into the documentary. There's a making of House 2 on here, which is really interesting. This is a fun movie. I remember it terrifying me when I was a kid. And I think it was just for the opening. Like the opening where the undead cowboy guy comes in was freaky. Like the makeup is spectacular in this movie. But then I forgot how like goofy it is otherwise. And it kind of turns into like Land of the Lost there for a little bit. And then it turns into a Western for a little bit. It's a lot of different things. But it's a fun movie. I think it held up pretty nicely. So I enjoy House 2, but I'll talk about it more in depth when I do that recap on my Blu-ray backlog. All right. We got Trek or Not in here. We've got Carpenter 1989 Espresso says, hey. We got T Shafi here says, hey y'all. What's up, T Shafi? We got Scorpion fans. And guys, we got 158 freaking people in here right now. That is crazy. Please hit the like button if you guys haven't already. Look, I've got 6 digital codes to give away. I unboxed my Lionsgate Steelbooks. Let me show these off again in case you all missed it. Sorry, Scorpion fans. Let me get to you. Hey, Kenny and chat. I hate the Frighteners. I hate that Frighteners got a 4K only in Germany. It like $35, but shipping is $15 from Amazon Germany, and nobody knows region block. I need to check on Diabolic and see if it's on there, because that's where I'll get it if it's on there. Sorry guys, I'm already walking off on you. I did get my Lionsgate Steelbooks in. So these are the Bloody Disgusting Steelbooks. We got Wolf Creek, You're Next, I Spit on Your Grave, Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw, Sinister, and Hannibal Rising. So I've got, I accidentally gave away I Spit on Your Grave in the video. If you're watching, you know, whoever got that code got that code. But the other 6, I promised I would give away tonight on the live stream. So we're going to do the same thing we did last week. How many likes are we up to now? My phone's charging, so I can't check my phone. Let me check actual YouTube itself right quick and see if I can actually check this out. Okay, we got, oh my goodness, we got 72 likes already. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Okay, so look, I'll give away the first code at 75. So we're not very far away. I'll give away the first code at 75. And then I'll give away another code at 100, 125, 150, 100, all the way up to 200. If we can get to 200 likes, I'll give away all of these digital codes. So I have digital codes for Leatherface. I'll make Leatherface the 200 like goal. That's clearly the best movie in the stack. We got Sinister. We got Hannibal Rising, Texas Chainsaw 2013, You're Next, and Wolf Creek. I'll actually probably make Wolf Creek the 200, and I'll put You're Next at 175. The two, well, Sinister is a good movie too. Sinister I'll put at 150. So that Wolf Creek I'll put up there because that movie's not really accessible on Blu-ray other than this release. So that's pretty cool. And then I'll do Leatherface first. So we're probably ready for Leatherface right now. Let me see where we're at. And I'll give those away throughout the nights. This probably won't update like a phone. We're at 97. We are at 97. We are at 97. Okay. So you guys ready for Leatherface? Bam. Who wants to see Leatherface? The origin story of Leatherface. And let me know in the chat, am I blurry tonight? Can you all hear me okay? Is everything going all right? Let me know in the chat because last week I know I was a little fuzzy in some parts. We had a lot of things go wrong last week. Like I was fuzzy for a while, I had a bad connection. I don't know what was going on. And then freaking Groove screwed me over. I'm sitting there looking at the Godzilla Steelbook with you guys and didn't realize there's a freaking trailer for Godzilla -1 up in the corner playing. And I don't think there was any sound though. I don't think anybody heard the trailer, but there was images from the movie, and freaking Toho like copyrighted my entire, or no, they didn't copyright. They blocked my entire live stream. Like right at like, I think it was maybe 15, 20 minutes after we were off the air. They blocked my entire live stream, Toho. So they didn't just demonetize it. They blocked it because a small portion of their trailer was playing in the upper corner in a sub screen on my screen. It's ridiculous. Freaking Toho, man. Freaking Toho. So I got to watch it when I get on Groove. I got to watch for random trailers playing up in the corner, but I was able to fix it. I think it fixed itself overnight, but I had to go in there and clip that part out, and then it was fixed. So the stream's still available to be seen and watched if you guys missed it, but let's get back in the chat, guys. T Shuffle, I would love to see 30 Days and Night get a 4K. That'd be a good one. We got Natural Fields of Dream and Major League all on 4K. Bull Durham. Yeah, Bull Durham does need one. You talk about Mass and Jim Carrey, both Ace Ventura on 4K, like nice box set. Dude, I would kill for a Jim Carrey 4K box set. Kill. Somebody be dead. Guys, don't clip that, guys. Don't clip that for the police. Guys, Trick or Treat with Ozzy probably be out next year. I'm thinking it's going to be this year. It should be this year. They already showed off images and stuff, and I've heard it's ready to go. Let's see. What movies you be watching for the spooky season? All kinds of stuff, Emmett. All kinds of stuff. And let me ask you guys a question. Do you, because I said this in the video today, like I start to feel the Halloween chills around August. I know it's still hot outside, but I start to feel it. I start to feel Halloween. I start to get a little excited. Now I don't feel like full blown Halloween time until September, but I start to feel that feeling of Halloween around the corner. Do you all get the same way? Do you start watching horror movies in August in preparation? Let me know. Are you strictly like October's Halloween? That's just when I watch horror, Ken. Yeah, we don't have it. There's one in Italy, I think. Oh, Mirror is a good one, Scorpions fan? I did not know. What's up, Antonis? I still haven't got my shipping notification, T-Shuffle. What's up, Don Morton? I got them both on 4K, Emmett. I've reviewed both of them on 4K, Emmett. Go back and watch the reviews, man. That'd be cool. Honestly, Emmett, like I don't I barely remember it. I saw it back in 2010. I just remember it being like completely lifeless and just uninteresting. And it was like it was telling the same story, but it's like I don't care. Like, why are we doing this? There's just no point in this movie. It's like the Psycho remake. There's just no point. Like, do something different. And I thought Jackie Earl Haley's Freddy Krueger looked like shit. I just did not feel the Freddy energy at all from him. And I get it, it's a different actor, but I don't know. I'm just not a fan of that movie. We do got a super chat from Cinephile Steve, $1.99. Thank you so much, Cinephile Steve. And he asked, did you see the Spider movie Sting? Yeah, my wife and I watched that last Friday night, I think. I enjoyed Sting. I thought it was a good movie. I said it was I said it was pretty much like this year's Cobweb. It kind of felt like that to me. Not really like it's not like the same type of story at all, but it just kind of a family-based story that just goes batshit crazy at the end. It just reminded me of Cobweb. But it's with a spider from outer space. I liked it. I thought it was really good. I didn't love it. I didn't think it was great or anything, but I thought it was pretty fun. So yeah, I like Sting. My wife and I still might review it on the channel. I don't know. Oh, let's see. Longlegs is coming out. I don't know if it's got a release date. Does it have a release date yet? I think it's got a pre-order, but I don't know if it has a release date. What's up, Justin Voorhees? It's been over a month, and Severin hasn't bothered to send shipping notice from my Opera 4K and my other movies. Me either, Justin. I don't know if it's because I ordered like a lot. Like you would think that would make them give me my order quicker, but I don't know. I think I got maybe like 10 items in that because I got a lot of those cheap Blu-rays. So I have no idea, man. But the 4K is messed up anyway, right? We're going to talk about that tonight in the controversies, but it's messed up anyway. So it's not like I'm going to watch it. I'm going to wait for my replacement disc anyway. So it's whatever. I mean, I might watch it on streaming or something. I'm not going to the theaters to see that crap. It looks like crap. And I'm not even like a huge fan of The Crow, but at least it has like some kind of creative vision attached to it. I don't know. This one just feels like dull and boring and like it's trying to be too many other different things at once. It's like I have no interest. I have no interest. I'm hoping it's going to be good too. Top 5 Kurt Russell movie off the top of my head. A breakdown I'd put in there. Unlawful Entry. The Thing. Escape from New York. Hateful Eight. I'm sure I missed a ton, but I love Kurt Russell. That's the 5 that came into my head first. I'd have to do like an entire thought process and ranking. Joyride in 4K. Yeah, I would love Second Sight to do that. Let's see. And Michelle D said, I thought the original date to start with in the US. I thought that was the original date to start with in the US. What are you talking about, Michelle? Oh, you answered, John Hollow. Amazon says that Nightmare on Elm Street has been delayed until October the 15th. No, October the 1st was the original date. Oh, wow. So now I got to wait till after my birthday to get it. My goodness. Let's see. Oh, nice. You got Igmar Bergman set in. What was the first DVD I ever bought? The first DVD, I can't remember the first one I ever bought. It was like Spider-Man or Signs or Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. It was one of those that I bought. First DVD I remember us owning as a family was Mission to Mars and Mission Impossible 2. Two Mission movies, but those are the first 2 DVDs I remember having. Aaron Click, hello everyone. What's up, Aaron? What's up, Nothing But Wrestling? Hello all. Hope everyone's doing great. Cinematic Sage, yo, what's up, Cinematic Sage? What's your favorite box set in your collection? Nightmare on Elm Street DVD set. Kevin Kruger, come on, don't be silly. Aaron Gilmore says, I went on Orbit to get Nightmare because yours was sold out everywhere already. Yeah, it's selling out, man. You gotta jump on that thing. It's selling out. Groove has an updated Nightmare on Elm Street 4K. Check it out, Kenny. I can't get on Groove right now, Scorpions. I don't. I'm scared of Groove. I'm scared to get on Groove Live now because of random trailers. Um, let's see. I can check it though. I can check it. Are we over 100 yet? Let me check my likes. I might go grab my phone. Yeah, we're at 105, guys. At 105. So let me give away the next digital code, which is ridiculous. We got 220 people in here. We only got 105 likes. Come on, guys. Up your like game. What's wrong with you guys? I guess the other 115 are just haters, right? Is that what we're doing? We'll hit the dislike button then. All right. Yo, got that. This is for Hannibal Rising, by the way. I guess I should have pointed that out. Hannibal Rising. I've never seen Hannibal Rising. I don't know if that one's any good or not. What's up, Ninja Badger from New Zealand? I'm not a celebrity, Kevin, and my head never gets any bigger than it is right now, which is probably pretty big. But no. Let's see. Carpenter says hi again. What store did you buy your very first physical media at? Probably Myers, because I worked there when I was a teenager. I pushed carts and bagged groceries, so I probably got Spider-Man or Fellowship of the Ring there. What's up, Gary? I just got here on time. Let's go. I know I wasn't on time. Somebody's gonna be out there giving me shit over it. What's up, Movie Den? The movie is starting now. How's it going? What's up, Cinematic Sage? I don't really drink a lot of Coke. I drink Diet Coke, and that's about it. James Cameron would ask if that's your mom's basement. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna talk about that, Gary. I'm saving that though. How's my hero doing? And not only you sound good, the stream is perfect. Thank you, Pete. I'm here for a live stream. Hello from Oregon, eating cereal and typing. Thank you, BN Chili. I'm glad to have you here. No, I haven't watched anything on that set. I mean, I got that purely for the box set. I'm going to be honest, because I already had the 4Ks and I already watched them all. But the next time I watched Child's Play 2 and 3 on 4K, not the first one because there's no 4K in that set, but the next time I watch 2 and 3 on 4K, I'll watch it from the Arrow set, for sure. What's up, Adrian? How you doing, buddy? Top 5 Italian horror movies. Zombie, City of the Living Dead, Suspiria, Tenebrae, and our Deep Red. Deep Red shit. I want to put Torso in there though, because I love Torso. I also really liked Blood and Black Lace. I don't think that's top 5 though. We'll throw Torso in there, and no, I'm good with what I can't take anything else out. I love City of the Living Dead and Zombie, and I know it's all Fulci and Argento, but to hell with it. They're the goats, you know, when it comes to Italian horror. It was okay, but 4K was not up to par. Look, that didn't come out this year. That came out last year, but I just talked about Weird Science on 4K because in another video film, so I'll be giving my thoughts on that again soon. I've got like I've been working hard, guys. I've been trying to get videos filmed. I've been trying to attack. Like I feel like I've been on the defensive with the channel recently, just working every day it feels like, and on the weekends I'm trying to get stuff filmed, and I'm like some days I'm just like beat down and I don't feel like doing anything, and I'm like going day by day, but I'm like I'm going to attack this week and I'm going to get shit filmed. And I've got like 6 videos filmed right now. I think 4 of them are edited, already uploaded. So I got tons of stuff coming. I've got a Furiosa review coming on 4K. Demons 2 4K review is coming. I've got some other fun videos as well that I don't want to spoil, but there's some fun stuff coming. Some fun stuff for sure. I did get I got the Mexico trilogy in today. I'm so excited to dive into this from Arrow Video. So I'll definitely have a review for this out next week for sure, but I got to have the time to go through all those movies. That's going to be a big, that's going to take time. Adrian James says, hey there, Antunes. Do a part 2. Yeah, we can do a part 2. No way. I've only got like 100 VHS tapes. Yes, I've seen the TV cut. I've seen it with the Scream Factory edition. I don't think I ever watched it on TV when I was a kid. Actually, you know what? I remember watching Halloween 2 on the Sci-Fi Channel when I was a kid. Did they show that? Was that the TV cut on the Sci-Fi Channel? Does anybody know? Wasn't there like the weird scene? Didn't they have like an extended scene of her like dreaming she was visiting Michael in the institution? Wasn't that in the television cut? I'm blanking. What's up, Jerison? What's going on, AVA Pop Culture? How you doing, man? Go check out AVA. Off DA Corner, quickly down under in 4K last night. How was that? Is that a good looking 4K? That seems like it'd be a good looking 4K. What's your bedtime? And isn't that coffee going to keep you awake? No, Gary, I'll pass out so quick when I get off this live. Went to the theaters and watched The Terminator. Nice. What are you trying to say? The movie, Den? Was it in 4K? How did it look? Did not look very good. I can't wait. Oh my god, it's funny, but it's not funny. It's like another James Cameron 4K is gonna come out. Everybody's gonna flip the fuck out. Oh my god. Oh shit. The last movie I watched was Deadpool and Wolverine. Michelle, did you like it, Michelle? I actually really liked it. So I'll dive into that real quick since you brought it up. So because I got Deadpool and Wolverine on the thumbnail. Basically, guys, we got a little Deadpool and Wolverine news. Where did it go? I think I might have clicked off of it. So I found this in the Blu-ray.com forums. It's here somewhere. Probably won't be able to find it again. Damn it. I had it, and now it's gone. There's something here about Terminator, but I don't think there's anything new about Terminator. See, they're just saying that Terminator is estimated to come out in November on here. But basically, Deadpool and Wolverine is supposedly coming out in October. That was the report. But I'll see if I can find the actual thing. These forums are always shifting. Yeah, I'm probably not going to be able to find it. But Deadpool and Wolverine is supposed to be coming out at some point in October. That's when we're supposed to get the release date. And there's supposed to be an audio commentary on it. And I imagine some other special features as well. Let's see. I watched The Great Alligator. It was fun. I haven't watched that yet. I hope it's better than Crocodile from Synopsis. I did not enjoy that. How do you take your coffee? Black, no sugar, not creamer for me. No, this has got creamer and it's got sugar in it. So I got to have the sugar. It's not a ton of sugar, but when I'm doing a live stream, like I said, guys, I got to be ready to go. I got to be ready to go. What is your best and worst of Arrow video coming? So that's coming probably Sunday, Kevin. I filmed it already. I have only seen House 1. Well, Antonis, treat yourself to House 2, the second story. Treat yourself. Oh, I haven't seen Trauma yet. I've got that vinegar. I have not seen that one. I haven't heard great things about it, so I wasn't eager to jump into it. I can't wait to see Alien Romulus. Nothing but good things I hear. I've been hearing some good things too. Some people have been crapping on it, but mostly good things. Oh, you just watched The Color Purple. That's an amazing film, and it's a really good 4K. Disney's new controversy. What happened with Disney now? Oh, you like Trap, huh? Falling asleep midstream could be the cause of a messy floor. Could be. What's up, Mel? My Killer Podcast in the chat. Guys, I'm already 20 minutes behind. Are you freaking kidding me? On a positive note, rather than negative, Ken, HMV is having a sale. Took part in the sale. Bought 3 Screen Factory Blu-rays, Valentine, Urban Legend, and the. Those are some good picks, Steven. Valentine, the Urban Legend, 2 Jamie Blanks films. I love both those movies. Love them. Pre-ordered them both. I think those are like my first Arrow Screen Factory pre-orders from their website. Just watched Crooklyn. Nice. I got that in the collection. I tried to get all of Spike Lee's Blu-rays in Kino Lorber. I think I got them all. House 2 is my fave. It's a good one. It's a fun one. Last movie I just watched was Cemetery Man. Great movie if you turn your brain off. Cemetery Man, like, it reminded me of Evil Dead, Army of Darkness. Like it had that kind of style and tone to it, I felt like. I recommend you Cuckoo. Saw it at festival. It was super fun. Nice. I'm excited to see that one. What's up, Barnabas? Nice. That's a great 4K. I forgot Bill. Yeah. He popped up. I was like, what the hell? Yeah. Adam Baker says, "Hey Ken, I just watched Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes today, and it was awesome. Nice. It's on Hulu. I haven't watched it yet. Day off hitting live streams. Brock, what is that, Brock? Is that Winnie the Pooh right there? Brock McCracken says controversy sounds like a fun topic. It always is. It always is. Wolf Creek. Let's see. Damn commercials popped up. Oh my goodness. That's gonna suck if I put up a code. Commercials pop up. Sure, Kevin. Yeah, just send it to my PO box. I'll unbox them, and if you want to write a note or anything, I'll read it. I'll read it. You know how I do. Look, I put it on the most conservative option. Okay, so it shouldn't be as frequent. All right, but I have no choice. It's either the conservative option, the balanced, which is like more, and then there's aggressive. So I don't have aggressive ads. I have conservative, but I can't just switch them off midstream. It doesn't work like that. It used to. I didn't used to have ads midstream, but YouTube changed shit. Oh, no, I need to watch that damn thing. I got it. I need to watch it. Damn it. But actually, I can't watch anything until I watch this. Like, I got to get through this first. I'm excited to watch those movies too. It's been forever. I do not. Don't forget to hit like to get count up. Absolutely. I watched The Witch. Stay tuned. Oh, nice. The Witch from Second Sight is gorgeous. Gorgeous. I love that. Love that 4K. You are clear tonight. I, on the other hand, am blurry. What does that mean? I can hear and see you fine. Nice. Everyone says I'm okay today. Absolutely, Antonis. I was there every weekend. My mom would always take me Friday nights, and it was probably from like age, I want to say 9, but maybe it was 10, but like age 9 or 10, we go to the video store every Friday night, and I would rent like 4 or 5 horror movies. Sometimes I would go out of the horror section and get some other stuff too, like maybe Back to the Future or something like that. But I would stock up on the horror titles. I would go through franchises in a weekend, like The Howling. I remember going through Silent Night, Deadly Nights, Halloween, Friday the 13th, like all that stuff. I was ate up with that shit. Like I loved it. I'd say over the course of like 2 years, I rented out the entire horror section. A lot of full moon stuff in there. I remember watching. And yeah, that was probably the mid 90s, 94, 95. So what a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. I didn't know that. Yeah. I mean, it's not like I intentionally played the trailer. It's like I don't play trailers and stuff like that for that very reason. But I was like, damn. They're bastards. That's how, Gary. Meanwhile, you got people doing watching Godzilla -1 for the first time. Freaking live reaction showing like half the damn movie. I'm sure their videos are fine. Sure, they're fine. I don't know how people get away with that stuff. It was funny though, because I don't know if people are being serious or not, but when I made that post telling people, I only made that post to let people know what was going on. Because I know that there's probably people that don't get to watch live and they may look forward to the replay. And I was like, okay, I got to clip this out and it should be back up in like a few hours. I made that post and people were commenting on it for a couple of days after. And somebody was like, I am boycotting this movie now. Toho blocked one of my favorite content creators live stream. it seemed like it could be real, but also it was like, are you being sarcastic right now? You're gonna boycott a movie because they blocked my live stream. That's great. I appreciate you if that's the case, but you don't have to do that. You can still buy it. I'm okay. It's fine. Certain studios just don't put up with nothing. I get it. I mean, it's really stupid. It's like it's a trailer. Like I get it if I'm streaming the entire movie on here or something, but it's like it's the trailer. It's the promotional material. I'm promoting your steelbook. I'm promoting your movie. Like, why would you care about that? Like that is so freaking dumb. So freaking dumb. Sorry, Mike. I'm trying to read the comments. Mike, I'm doing the best I can. Okay. I got 260 people in right here right now. I've been in a lot of live streams with 260 people. I've been in a lot of live streams with 100 people, 150 people, and they do not read everything. They may pick and choose like 5 comments in like 30 minutes or something. I try to get to everybody that I can, and I'm doing the best I can, Mike. Give me a break. Okay. I appreciate every single one of you all, though, for being here. Hit the like button. Hit the damn like button. Where are we at right now? Let me go get my phone real quick. That way I can check where we're at as far as the likes. This update's a lot better. My phone's just acting stupid today. What's going on? Acting stupid. We got 155 likes. What is that? Oh my goodness. I got to give away 2 codes now. Texas Chainsaw from 2013. This is not the original. This is the 2013 one with Alexander Daddario. Just so you know. And then we got Sinister. Bam. That's going to be a new record if we get like 200 likes in, freaking half hour or something. Nice. Yeah, for sure. We'll probably start it in September just so we can make sure we get through it all. Nice, Mike. I mean, I love my Westerns. I like my horror Westerns too. And that's kind of what House is. Yeah, I've already been to Spirit Halloween, so it's like I've already bust open the door to Halloween. It's like we're there, We're there. Halloween is year round for me, says Michelle. Michelle, I didn't even think you liked horror. You said you didn't like horror. What are you talking about? Are you joking? I might start decorating a little bit. I'll try to get started earlier this year and do it in September. Spirit stores are opening. Yeah. They didn't have everything stocked though when I went. I wanted to get that pumpkin, that Halloween 2 pumpkin. And they didn't have it. And I asked the guy, he's like, yeah, it's in our truck in the back, but we haven't unloaded it yet. We don't have the manpower to unload it. And I'm like, whatever, dude. He goes, come back tomorrow. I said, I'm like 40 minutes away, because you got to put the Spirit Halloween in the furthest place possible away from my house. And I've only got 1 open in my area. We used to have like 2 or 3 around here. Stupid. So stupid. Everything's so stupid. Y'all wonder why I'm pissed off and negative all the time. Damn it. Probably because I have to wait in traffic for like an hour and a half every single day now, where I didn't have to do that. So I just get this built up rage within me. It's not quite that bad. It's probably like 45 minutes to an hour, but it feels like an hour and a half. Start watching Fall Guy movies. Yeah, it's that time of year, I mean, I'll probably do 31 movies like myself, but to have my wife and I watch 31 movies together, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. No Severance shipping notification for me yet either. I don't usually get a Severance shipping notification though. Like, do you all usually get a Severance shipping notification? Because I don't feel like I ever get one. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later, Jorge. Yeah, they do. They do. Currently watching Over the Garden Wall, NY Annual Watch. Okay, Sean. Okay. Mike, I'm going to ramble, okay? And you're going to like it. All right? Son of a gun. What's the worst Ben Stiller movie? Oh my goodness. Zoolander 2. Zoolander 2. That's the worst. It doesn't kill Zoolander 1 for me. I still enjoy that movie, but it's pretty bad. I'm trying to think if he made another shitty one. Probably somewhere. I just can't think of one. I like most Ben Stiller stuff. September 1st is when I turn to full scale Halloween season. The last 2 weeks of August is my kind of getting ready for spooky season time period. Yeah, I'm not saying you full on jump into Halloween, but you feel it. You know, you're feeling it. It's coming. You know, you feel it around. You smell it in the air. You start to get excited. You know, I mean, I watch horror all year round, but there's something about watching horror movies during that spooky season that's just extra special. It just is. All right, guys. Do you think there will be much difference between Italian 4K release for Thanksgiving versus the 4K Steelbook? Probably not. I don't know though. I don't know who did the 4K overseas. Like, I mean, this is Sony that's doing this, so it's probably going to be better over here. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know who was responsible for the one over in Italy. Or the pro wrestler, right? Who's your favorite director? That's such a tough question to answer. Spielberg's got like so many bangers that have stuck with me my whole life, and are so important to me. But when I think about the whole filmography, like who just has a perfect filmography to me, that's Quentin Tarantino. It's like every Tarantino movie I love. Like I don't just like a lot or like a lot. Like I love them all, every one of them. So it has to be him. Just as far if you're breaking down like who has the movies that and who has all bangers and no misses. Like Spielberg's got misses, but he's also made a lot more movies. So I don't. It's really hard to judge that, but I do love Quentin Tarantino. I mean, who doesn't? So that's my favorite. I'd say one that's really growing on me the more I watch is Brian De Palma. I love a lot of his films. And John Carpenter, of course, is a legendary filmmaker. So it's those, the big Robert Zemeckis. I mean, Robert Zemeckis got a ton. Like he's pretty much with Spielberg as far as I'm concerned, as far as like the big movies. Like I think I would put the big Zemeckis movies up against the big Spielberg movies any day of the week, and they could battle it out. Now you can argue about Zemeckis and how he dropped in quality. His drop was a lot more drastic than Spielberg was. Spielberg's still making good movies, and Zemeckis not so much. But in their heyday, like in their prime, like Zemeckis is like right there with Spielberg as far as I'm concerned. You talking Back to the Future. You're talking Who Framed Roger Rabbit. You're talking Romancing the Stone. You're talking Castaway, Forrest Gump, Death Becomes Her, What Lies Beneath. Like he's got banger after banger, and the entire Back to the Future trilogy. He did the whole thing, and all of those I love. They're all like 5-star movies to me. So it's like it's tough. I think Zemeckis is severely underrated. But he had such a steep drop off, and that the animation era of Zemeckis, I did not like. I couldn't stand it. Beowulf and Polar Express. I'm not a fan of any of that stuff. So yeah. What? They that is not what they said initially. That is not what they said initially. They said we're going to ship it out and then we're going to ship you the replacement disc. They did not say they were going to hold everybody's stuff, at least from what I understood. From what I understood from that email, they were only holding off on the ones that were pre-ordered after that came out that the disc was messed up. That's what I understood. If you pre-order it, if you buy it after that information is out there, that's when they hold it. But I ordered that thing as soon as it was announced. So I should get it. I want it because I have all my other stuff with it. I got like 10 other releases with it. I don't want to wait. All right. I mean, it's fine either way. I got so much shit to watch. It don't matter. But And it's not like I'm going to review it if I got a bad disc, but you know how it goes. What'd you think about the news of a new I Know What You Did Last Summer movie? That came out like a year ago, didn't it? That's fine. I mean, I like the I Know What You Did Last Summer franchise. They're okay, so I'll watch it. See, I ordered that one too. Yeah, I got that one too. Unlawful Entry sucked. Mike, you want me to stop rambling? Then you say Unlawful Entry sucked? Get out of here, man. You're about ready to get banned, is what's going to happen. You do not come in here and disparage the good name of Ray Liotta and Kurt Russell by saying Unlawful Entry sucks. Get out of here, Mike. Come on, Mike. You're better than that, Mike. Stargate's good. I don't have a ton of nostalgia with that one, but it's good. Bone Tomahawk, man, he's got so many bangers. I like the Christmas Chronicle movies too. Backdraft, Overboard. Like, yeah, he's got the Big Trouble Little China. It's like there's just too many. There's too damn many. Executive Decision. He was in that too, right? Nice. I like to watch sci-fi horror thrillers. September to warm Halloween season. Nice. Yeah, Big Trouble Little China. What's up, Frankie? Last Starfighter, I didn't own the DVD player yet. Okay, cool. Hell yeah, I can't wait for that. I pre-ordered that from Amazon, and what's that come out next week? I can't wait to watch that. Cannot wait. Yeah, that's what I thought, Gary. That's what I thought. You want a little skin, LA? What about that? Y'all see the Kraken on my arm? I got a Kraken on there. I've been a Clash of the Titans fan since the beginning. No, that has nothing to do with Clash of the Titans. It is a Kraken, though. Barnabas Collins, $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much, Barnabas. Any plans for what you're watching this spooky season? Going with the classic ones, or have any never seen scary ones on the shelves you're waiting to watch? My backlog is ever growing of horror films, but I always try to curate a list with my wife, and in that list, I try to put stuff on there that I haven't seen. That we can jump into together. So there's still several horror films, classic ones that I haven't seen. Not a ton of like big ones anymore, but there's a sizable amount of some classic horror films that I haven't seen still that are on my shelves. So I can't think of anything like specifically. I'm definitely watching Nightmare on Elm Street because that comes out in October. But I'm trying to think. I felt like I had some kind of plan or game plan worked out. I definitely want to watch some, Halloween films. I always watch the Halloween films, at least 1 and 2 on Halloween. Yeah, I can't think. I can't think of any specific ones, Barnabas. I'm sorry, or I'll be here all day. I'd have to go back there and look off my shelf and find the perfect ones. But I definitely want to. I like to do a mix. I like some familiar. I like some unfamiliar. To kind of I like the ones that I'm nostalgic for, and I can think of better times when I was a kid watching the movies on Halloween. The ones that give you the warm fuzzies, when you watch them. So I do like to make sure I watch those. But Barnabas, let me play a little super chat clip.
It's coming! It's headed right for us!
Oh yeah, good old Dusty. For your troubles. All right, where we at? What's up, Captain Whore? Kenny Levels in the mother fucking building. Yes, I am. Where are we at? Ninja Badger says, although you have a large range of genres, horror, action, comedy, etc., you like if you had to pick a fave, what would it be? You talking about genre? It's definitely horror. At one point, comedy and horror was neck and neck. Comedy and horror was neck and neck. But at this point in time, horror's passed it by. It's the only genre. I mean, it's still making good movies, and comedies are not. But we're at 179 likes. So I'm going to give away the next code, and that is Your Next. And if you have not seen Your Next, please watch this film. It is so good. I recommend it to everybody. And I'm excited for the 4K coming. See Nickelback live in my hometown. Nice. Nickelback, huh? Wow, can we ride out here? Plainview 1981 says, what are your thoughts on Amityville Horror 2005? I like it. I saw it in the theaters back in 2005, and I bought the DVD. I remember watching it when I bought it, so I've seen it a couple times. I'm excited to get that 4K and revisit it. I love the original, but I did not watch the original when I seen 2005. I didn't watch the original until years later, so I'm probably more nostalgic, like personally, for the 2005 one than I am the original, because I just watched that one for the first time. I feel like maybe when did I buy the Blu-ray? It wasn't with the 4K. It was probably like 2016, 2017. I watched it for the first time, but I like that movie. I like the movie. I think Ron Reynolds is really good in it, actually. Pretty chilling. House by the Cemetery, I'm not a big fan of. Not a big fan of. That'd be hard because I'm not like super into animation when it's not Disney or like a like, could I say Illumination? I don't know. I'm just not huge on animation, like adult animation. How about South Park? Bigger, Longer, and Uncut? That's probably number one. And The Iron Giants. Does that count? I'll put that on there. Does Who Framed Roger Rabbit counts? We'll count Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Cool World. Put Cool World on there. And Into the Spider-Verse. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I'll put on there as well. So there you go. Not the sequel, though. I didn't like the sequel as much. No, I can't. I've talked about this before. I only see 8K discs coming out if some boutique label does it, you know? Like, I could see a boutique label just jumping into 8K just to try it and to be cool, but it'll never be mainstream. It's never going to be on the Walmart shelves like 4K is. I mean, 4K is barely on the Walmart shelves at this point. They're not going to jump another format and put it on the shelf. So it's not going to be widespread. I can see like a boutique label doing it, but it's not going to be widespread, I don't think. Yeah, you do. You need to order that. What are you doing? What are you doing, Michelle? When did you send it, T-Shafi? I haven't been since last Wednesday. So I'll try to go this weekend to grab it. I've been trying to go once every 2 weeks to the P.O. Box. So if I didn't get it last time, because I just did an unboxing. I did an unboxing over the weekend. So if you sent it recently, I'll get it on the next go around. Oh, really? Oh, really? That's interesting. What's up, Carrie? Do you think Scream Factory will release Weird Science 40th anniversary in 2025 with better 4K transfer than Arrow Video last year? I mean, I can't even. I mean, that's usually it's the opposite. Do you think that Arrow Video will release something Scream Factory did with a better transfer? I can't imagine us relying on Scream Factory to do a better transfer of Weird Science. No, I don't. I do not think that will happen at all. Arrow Video seems to have secured those rights because they've had them for a while. They had them since 2019 and now 2024 when they put out the 4K, or 2023 when they put out the 4K. I really liked it, Michelle. I really liked it. All right, guys, I'm way behind on the chat, trying to catch up. I'm going to try to stick to just questions and new people that I see. What's up, Steve? Yeah, Alligator's great. I love Alligator. What's up, Crazy Joe? Probably not. She has no interest in seeing that, Lutulo, but I do want to take my son to go see it, so I'll see it and I'll be able to talk about it, but we're not going to be able to talk about it together until it comes out on like Disney or Hulu or something, probably. Or I get the 4K. I'll probably get the 4K for sure. What's up, Screaming Geek Media? I got the Bram Stoker Steelbook as well. I guess I could show that off. Yeah, I never got this when it came out. I think it came out in 2022, and there was just so much coming out in that October that I just skipped this one. But I was like, you know what? I want this, and it was 1950 because Sony put it back in print. And I'm like, I'm gonna jump on this because I don't have Bram Stoker's Dracula in the collection at all. So now I got the 4K, nice, beautiful steelbook, original theatrical poster, really nice steelbook. So, and I'm excited to watch this one again at some point. It's been it hasn't been too long. I think I rewatched it fairly recently, maybe like 2018 or something. Hadn't been like too long. All right. Disney was trying to dismiss an accidental lawsuit based on their Disney Plus subscription. I think I saw something about that. I wasn't really sure what that was. Thank you, Christian, for the extra thumbs up. Have you seen I Saw the TV Glow? I did not. I was going to get that A24 edition, but I haven't. Favorite movie of the year? Okay. My grandparent could never afford to the movie theater, so it'd take me to Goodwill and pick up VHS. Nice. Ain't nothing wrong with the Goodwill. You know, I found a lot of movies at the Goodwill. Yeah, that's a real thing. That is a real thing. Oh my God, are you serious? Jesus. Savages. Man. Yeah, I had no idea, but they got me quick. I've got an OLED C2 65-inch LG. Sound system is also LG. I've got the sound bar, and it says it simulates that Dolby Atmos. It's got the speakers on the top and the sides. I know it's not close to the real thing. And I got a subwoofer. So yeah, and my 4K players are Sony. Let's see. You go above and beyond reading every comment's pretty wild, but appreciated you could easily skip over some of us both. I mean, I do skip some. I mean, I'm not saying I read every comment, but I try to get to everybody, especially if they're a new name. Kevin Smith can't promote his own movies on his YouTube channel. YouTube cuts his fee when he really. That's weird. Let's see. All right, guys. A lot of people are talking about Disney. I don't want to get into all that because I don't really know too much about it. So I'm trying to scroll down so I can catch up a little bit. I did order the Opera 4K. Yeah. My predictions for tomorrow are disappointments. I just hope they give us. I mean, it's November, right? They're announcing for November, so that's usually something to sink your teeth into. So I think that Paris, Texas will probably be announced for 4K. There's a 4K restoration done. I think Curazon just announced the 4K overseas, so I can see Paris, Texas being announced for 4K. The big one, guys, that I thought was going to be in November was Amadeus. Like I thought that was going to be the Criterion announcement for November, but then Warner Brothers put out that survey with Amadeus on it, and that kind of threw me off a little bit. So I don't know if that's going to be it now. And if it is, what does that mean? why are they putting movies that they already licensed to boutique labels on their survey? And does that maybe mean because they put the Nightmare sequels on there? Did they get the Nightmare sequels to a boutique label? Could Arrow Video be putting them out in the UK? Like, I would have so many questions if that happened. So I don't know. We'll see. I think Paris, Texas is a pretty safe bet just because there's been a lot of swirling and circling around that movie coming to 4K. But hopefully we get a wild card. Hopefully it's hopefully it's another Scorsese. Like I think a big one would be King of Comedy coming to 4K. And that would be pretty big. I don't feel like Criterion's had that like one like show-stopping announcement this year. Like last year, I feel like they had a few by now, right? They had Thelma and Louise, they had After Hours, probably a couple other ones for some people, but I feel like they had a few big ones. And this year, it's like not very much at all. I know. I mean, Peeping Tom was cool. I've liked some stuff. I like Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid and To Die For with Nicole Kidman, and there's been some cool releases, but there hasn't been that like that big release. Like I talk about this stuff all the time. It's like it doesn't have to all be mainstream all the time, but my God, give us something to sink our teeth into and to get like to really pop. You know, oh shit, they announced that. Like that's what I'm looking for. And some people might be like that for I Am Cuba or something like that, but the majority of people, like, we need those, like, Thelma and Louise's and those bigger titles, After Hours and Malcolm X and Wally and, you know, those mainstream titles to keep the interest level high. Otherwise, people are just going to forget about your label. And you're only going to get those hardcore fans, which maybe that's what they want. I don't know. But I think King of Comedy would be a big one. And it's a big Scorsese movie that doesn't have any kind of, like, special edition. I also think it'd be really awesome if we got like There Will Be Blood or something. Because there was rumor about that coming to 4K. I think last year. I think it's been over a year now. So something like There Will Be Blood, No Country for Old Men. Like these are titles that would just fit right into the Criterion Collection. Like those are the ones we need. But what will we get? A bunch of shit I haven't heard of, probably, and you know, it'll be great for some people, but I won't care. Paris, Texas is okay. I watched that on HBO Max like a few years ago, and maybe I need to rewatch it. I couldn't get into it. I just didn't care about the relationship. I just didn't. So, you know, whatever. That's a long answer to that question, but I felt like diving into it, so I did. All right. No, I do not smoke cigars, Kevin. I do not smoke cigars. What's going on with Slippy slacking a pre-order for Trick or Treat Blu-ray? I mean, he's not slacking. Like that dude does a lot of work. He has done a lot of work. If you ever see Red Shirt Pictures on a special feature, that's him that's done that. Because I watched House 2 last night, and the whole documentary that I watched said Red Shirt Pictures. So he's been doing a lot of good work for a long time. I think that's his first like solo venture, and I think he's been doing a lot of this stuff himself. And he's working with Synops, I think, on like the production and everything, but and distribution. But it'll be a banger when it comes out. It's just you're gonna have to wait. I don't hold that against, you know, if it's like only a few people working, because Synops doesn't have a huge operation either. And it's like, yeah, you know, we're gonna have to wait for it, but it'll be great when it gets here because people that really care are doing it. So I think that's more valuable than when we get it or how fast we get it. Kevin Kruger says, what's the most disturbing movie that you own on Blu-ray? I don't know, Kevin. Probably Martyrs. I guess. I haven't watched it, but I hear it's disturbing. I don't own Serbian film. Oh, we do, Michelle. We do need vampires. We also need Ghosts of Mars on 4K. What's the last Carpenter movies that we need on 4K? Is it Vampires? Ghosts of Mars. In the Mouth of Madness we need. Big Trouble in Little China, but we'll never get that because of fucking Disney. Sorry, excuse my language, guys. So yeah. We can go on a sigh-off. What's up, Smirk? It's coming in October, and it's going to have an audio commentary. Hopefully it's Deadpool in character, with Wolverine in character. Yeah, that's I hope it is. I want another win for him. I really do. I can't stand seeing a movie come out directed by Robert Zemeckis and it gets like a 10% on Rotten Tomatoes. Mike, when this is all said and done, me and you are gonna get an apartment together. What's that from, guys? We got Barbed Wire on 4K. Came out overseas though. Oh, you quit smoking? It's all right, Mike. It's all right. Just go back after you get over the addiction withdrawals and watch Unlawful Entry again and change your opinion. Okay? That's what I need you to do. Favorite Halloween movie is Halloween 2. Halloween 2. That is the best Halloween movie. No, the best Halloween movie is the first one. I'm not going to argue it's not the best made Halloween film. It is. The second one's my favorite. I'll say that. I don't want to upset anybody. Oh, I love Death Proof. I didn't love it when I first saw it. Like I saw the Grindhouse double feature in the theater. I loved Planet Terror, and I thought Death Proof was just okay. But as I get older and as I go back, I find myself rewatching Death Proof way more often, and I get into that film a lot more than Planet Terror. So I love Death Proof, and I think Kurt Russell's freaking awesome in it. What's up, Allie? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Oh, for sure, I'm picking up Long Legs. I like Long Legs. It's a good one. You got to see it, Christopher. You got to see it. Guys, we're 2 likes away from 200. And then I'll give away Wolf Creek. There's 272 people in here. What are y'all doing? What's my ideal October release lineup? I mean, that's a lot, Christian. I want the Nightmare on Elm Street sequels. That's what I freaking want, damn it. That's my dream lineup. Just release them all individual slip covers and be done with it. You know, I would love a box set, but I'd also like them all with their own slips. Like, I celebrate the sequels to A Nightmare on Elm Street. I would celebrate those just as much as the first one. Even though the first one's my favorite. I love the first one. But the sequels are great. I love the sequels too. Like, I want a freaking Dream Master slipcover and that steel book and all this stuff. Like, I want that. Why can't we have nice things anymore, guys? Warner Bros. Is taking it away from us. Oh yeah, I should have mentioned Coraline. I should have mentioned Nightmare Before Christmas. Isn't Nightmare Before Christmas like technically Disney though? Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot. I didn't. They're decent. I think the first 3 are pretty good, and 4 and 5 are kind of shitty. So, but overall, they're decent. But I reviewed all those. I think I did like an hour-long review of that entire box set when it came out back in 2021. That was crazy. That was back when I remember I did that with the Halloween 4Ks too. I watched one, come back and talk about it. Watch one, come back and talk about it. Watch one, come back and talk about it. And I reviewed them all like in the same video. And it was crazy. Now I don't do stuff like that anymore. I'm just like, if I'm going to watch them all and I want to talk about them, I'm just going to do standalone review videos. Save myself the time and energy. Oh really? Killer Clowns was great. That was in my top 10 of 4Ks of the year so far. I got mine from Diabolic, so I'm hoping they send me my notification soon. That's good, Ellie. They should freak you out. That's good. That's a good thing. Yeah, I mean, Alien, the first one, is just so good. Like every time I watch it, I'm like, damn, this movie is so good. Like, I don't feel like people talk about Alien like they should. Like that, like everybody talks about Jaws all the time. Like Jaws, 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 Back to the Future, all this stuff. And it's like Alien is really like right up there with Jaws, in my opinion. Like it is so freaking good. I love the pacing of that movie. I think everything about it is perfect. And it's still so eerie. Like it gets to me when I watch it. Just how the alien just like systematically takes everybody out. It's such a cool movie though. When I rewatched it in 4K this year, I was like, damn, this movie's so good. Um, that's a 5-star movie. 5-star movie, no, without question. Then I watched Aliens, and it's a very different movie, but it's equally as great. I think Aliens a little bit better. To me, Aliens a little bit better, but Aliens is phenomenal. So those two movies are just two of the best movies of all time. Allie, you got to go back and rewatch them, regardless if the face huggers freak you out or not. And then Alien 3 eats a bag of dicks, and Resurrection is not much better. And then the AVP movies, which I liked the first one when I was a kid, but I don't know. It's like just stop at the first two Alien movies. Those are the only good ones. And hopefully the new one's good as well. Yes, 100%, Kevin. Sony is better than Disney. I have one issue with Sony, and that's the fact that they release 4Ks on Steelbook only. That's really my only issue with them. And they'll lock some stuff in the box sets and all that, but it's like at least they're paying attention to their catalog. They're putting stuff out there. It's like, God, if we could get 4K box sets from Disney, like 6-film 4K box sets from Disney, like celebrating the Fox catalog, celebrating the Touchstone movies, the Hollywood pictures, like we would all be shitting ourselves, you know? We would buy that shit up so quick and be totally happy with it. So it's like, yeah, I have little gripes with Sony, but it's nowhere on the level of Disney. It's nowhere even close to Disney. Like Disney's just locking all their movies up and not doing anything with such a rich catalog of movies. Like they got so much that they've done jack shit with. At least Sony, pays attention to the back catalog, to the Columbia pictures. So I respect Sony. And they do such great work. Like their transfers are always great. And they're putting out Body Double this year. I fucking love Body Double. That's such a cool movie for them to put out 4K Steelbook. I'm excited for that. So I've got my little gripes with them, and I'll complain about Steelbook only and box sets and stuff. But those are small gripes in the grand scheme of things. At least they're paying attention to their catalog and they're doing cool stuff for collectors and fans of those movies. So I don't fault them too much. I really don't. Oh wow, Kevin, that's up there. I've done several tours of the room. I got to get this room completed because I've done changes and got my other shelf in. I'm going to build that this weekend and move some more stuff around, and I should have a video up sometime in the next couple of weeks. Another room tour. It doesn't. It really doesn't. Yeah, not much December. Like December is like a low month for them, isn't it? That's the month where they put out like less titles. I feel like 3 titles or something. I know they did Pinocchio last year. Oh, Seven Samurai, 100%. They're announcing Seven Samurai. I almost guarantee it. But that's disappointing because like we've known about Seven Samurai. It's got an overseas edition. Paris, Texas is going to have an overseas edition. So it's like if it's Paris, Texas and Seven Samurai on 4K, it's like, all right, these are just upgrades. It's whatever. I don't know. I don't really upgrade within Criterion because I think their Blu-rays look pretty good. And call me a package collector all you want. They don't do anything different. It's the same damn edition. Like just do something different with your packaging to make it distinct. I just want something new. I want a fresh title. Like King of Comedy would be freaking awesome. And so would There Would Be Blood. Like that would be freaking fantastic too. And No Country for Old Men. Like they have to do those. Let's see. Hey, mate, love your work in the channel. What's up, Johnny Brights? I'm a huge steelbook collector now, and I have been for replacing all my normal keep cases with steelbook versions. What's your favorite steelbook in your collection? Oh my goodness, that's a tough one. I think Lionsgate does some of the best steelbooks, and I think Apocalypse Now is just freaking beautiful. I love that steelbook. I also love the American Psycho steelbook, of course. Who doesn't? And my Halloween 2 Scream Factory steelbook, I love because it's that iconic image of Michael coming out of the fire at the end of the movie. It's so freaking cool. So those are three that jumped to my mind. Oh, what's up, Dornail? I've been watching your channel for a while now. Just thought I would say hello. I really enjoy your channel. Keep up the great work. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. We got 270 people in the chat right now. We are up to 214 likes. I'm getting ready to give away my last digital code, but keep liking, guys. Let's see if we can get up to 250. I would appreciate it. But Wolf Creek, digital code for Wolf Creek. You guys can read that. Bada bang, bada boom. All right, guys. Graduate would be an incredible release. Like, why hasn't the Graduate come out? Like, are you kidding me? They did the Graduate too, right? On Criterion. I think I've got a standard Blu-ray of that. You're right. Risky Business. That's a pretty big one. That's a pretty big one. I would argue that's not as big as Thelma and Louise, but it's a pretty big one. It's a pretty big one. So you got me there. You got me there. Get that Criterion Uncut Gems edition because that's an incredible set. I love that set. I love that movie. Gummo. Yeah, we got Gummo, guys. Gummo. But he's saying they're a pretty big deal. I get it. It's everything's a big deal for somebody, you know. Yeah, dude, that would be incredible. I see that being like an Arrow Video box set. Like that would be freaking awesome. With Scorsese works with Arrow Video as well because they did Hugo last year. So I could see Cape Fear making a nice like Arrow Video 4K box set. Like that would be incredible. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes needs a 4K. Mac and Me, Homeward Bound, Barbed Wire, Necessities on 4K. I haven't watched Assholes yet. Mac and Me's incredible. What's up, Deadly Spooky? All right. I love that too. I've always been a big fan of that. You know, Back to the Future Part 2 does the same thing. I love movies that do that. I really do. And I also love movies that do that and you can tell that they refilmed it and they tried to reenact it because maybe they just couldn't get the footage right to look right from the first one. And some things are like slightly different. Like for example, Halloween 2, he shoots him 7 times. You hear him shoot him 7 times, whereas in the original one, he shoots him 6 times. So it's funny when you can pick up on those like little differences. That's pretty cool. You know, you like the nice ones. Well, don't watch Fire in the Sky, Allie. Don't watch that movie. Yeah, that would be a good release. That'd be a good release. I just want to see a good Halloween movie. You know, take it back to the basics. You know, just like the first one. Small town, different characters, you know. Don't base it all around Laurie Strode, do something different. What's the most I would pay? I mean, I wouldn't go too crazy. I mean, if they put it out for $1,000, I'd be like, "What the fuck are you doing? $1,000 for 7 movies? What's going on?" I mean, 300, I guess maybe, if it was nice enough, like really nice. All right, guys, let's. My goodness, we're already an hour and 17 minutes in. I got to get into the controversies, guys. Let's get into it. Let me take a sip of my coffee. I mean, look, I think they're both 5-star movies. but I'm not going to argue with you. I think that there is something that is supremely special about that first one that people do not appreciate. And when people say that they like Aliens more than Alien, I cringe a little bit. I do. I'm like, Aliens is great and it's a fun time, but Alien is like just the shit. Like, in no world is Aliens a better film than Alien. It may be funner to watch, but it's not a better film. No, in no world is it a better film. And it's not a better 4K, which we'll get into here in a second. But Aliens is not a better 4K than Alien. Alien is a perfect 4K transfer. But yeah, let's get into the controversy. So I just kept thinking of ones. You know, I've got some ones that maybe you wouldn't think of. They're not all like tied to a bad 4K release. There's other stuff as well that we'll talk about. But I've got 2 honorable mentions and I've got my top 10. I've got them all ranked. But let's get into it. The top 10 controversies, physical media controversies of 2024 so far. And I've got 2 honorable mentions. The first one I want to bring up, this isn't something that I think is super serious, but it's kind of serious. I maybe should have put this one in the top 10, but the Kathy's Curse 4K light up slipcover that doesn't light up from Severin. The only reason I didn't put it in the top 10 is for some people it did light up. So for some people it wasn't a controversy, but I've got mine right here and mine has never lit up. Is it going to light up now and prove me wrong? But you're supposed to pull it out like ever so slowly and it just doesn't work. These eyes are supposed to glow green and they don't glow green. So it's kind of dirty because I don't know if I would have bought this if I would have known the eyes were going to be broke, you know. And they gave me a $10 gift certificate to put towards the Opera 4K, which is screwed up as well. So it's like, I don't know. Severin is one of those labels that I've been reluctant to jump into because their prices are way too high, in my opinion, for what they give you. But I really tried to make an effort to get into them a little bit more this year. And also the end of last year, I got Cemetery Man and the Church. And I've enjoyed some of the stuff that I've gotten from them. I watched Burial Ground a couple of weeks ago and enjoyed that. But it's like ever since I've jumped into them, bought more, it's like screw job after screw job. It's like, what is wrong with you all? Like, figure it out. And Vinegar Syndrome's had issues too, and everybody's had issues, but it just feels like ever since I jumped into them, there's more issues than ever with Severin. But you know, it's still got a 4K. It's still got special features. I'm sure it still looks really good. But I don't know if I would have got it if I would have known this was going to be broke. So the Kathy's Curse light up slipcover, that's an honorable mention. I don't think it's a huge deal. Like, I'm not losing any sleep at night. I'm not losing any sleep at night over any of these, but it's not a huge deal. I put it in honorable mentions. Twister 4K, I put in honorable mentions. So I put this on the poll to vote on. And everybody was in the comment section like, look, Twister's not a controversial 4K. Well, if you go look at my Twister 4K review, there's several people in the comment section that are saying, I'm not buying this. I don't like the director changing the look of the film. So it was a little bit controversial for some people. For me, personally, if you watch my top 10 of the year, you know Twister's my favorite 4K of the year. I absolutely loved it. I was a little conflicted on it at first, but came away loving it. So I'm putting in honorable mentions just because there was some controversy there and some people did not like the changes that Jan de Bont made to the movie. So that is in there, even though I think most people are kind of settled on the fact that it was a really great 4K. And I'm of that opinion, but some people are of the other opinion. So that's an honorable mention. Coming at number 10, this problem seemed to come and go very quickly. So that's why it's number 10, but it kind of sparked up a little bit right before it came out. But the Footloose 4K, people were saying it looked like crap. It was way worse than the Blu-ray. It had never looked that bad on 4K. It was one of the worst 4Ks of all time. And I watched it. I reviewed it. I was pretty positive on the 4K. I did watch the Blu-ray as well. And I'm like, no, Like this, this 4K to me is significantly better than the Blu-ray is. But the materials they had to work with just weren't great. So we didn't get the best ever 4K restoration with Footloose, but we got the best that they could have possibly done with the movie. But I get it if you watch it and you're like, this looks like crap, because there are parts of it that do, but there are also parts that look great on 4K. So I came away from it, you know, more understanding of the issues that Paramount had to deal with when restoring it. And I think overall it was a better, it looked better than the Blu-ray did, in my opinion. Obviously, always my opinion. But Footloose 4K, just because it got a little bit of controversy, and I always know this. Like when I post, I always usually post a picture on Instagram that I got it before I review it. And when I start seeing people in the comments section go, "Oh, I heard that sucks," or "That's no good," or "There's this issue," or "There's that issue," and all that, that's when I know it's coming. But it felt like it died off pretty quickly, and people haven't really talked about that one as much. But it was still kind of a controversy, so I put that in at number 10. And coming at number 9 is the Opera 4K set from Severance. So I think that this is actually a pretty significant thing. Not significant enough to put down the list, but I mean, this was Severance's like big release. This is a Dario Argento film. And it's like, how do you screw that up? This is your big release of the year. And I get it, shit happens. And I gave them credit last week. I'm like, you know what? At least they put a statement out and they're fixing it. And you don't get that out of some labels and studios. Like some studios, you don't get nothing. They're just like, deal with it and fuck off, but Severance fixing it. They're making it right. I got to give them credit for that. But it's like, the people are excited for that. They wanted to watch it now in 4K. They didn't want to wait until September or October. And this is your big release. So it's not a good look for the company, because for me, it makes me more reluctant to dive further into their catalog if I know there's going to be issues like this, especially coming off of Kathy's Curse, that light up slipcover. So I'm sure it's going to look incredible when the final product comes out, but as of right now, it's a little bit of a controversy, a little bit of stain on Severance's reputation, I think. So Opera 4K set, I'll put that at number 9. Coming at number 8, I hear people talk about this all the time. They're like, "Where is this at? Where did it go, Ken?" I get messages on Instagram like constantly about this. Like I do. I'm not just saying that. I do. All the time people are talking about this. Where did this go? This 4K got announced, I think, all the way back at the beginning of the year, maybe January, February. Supposed to come out in April. And then I think it never got an actual it got a pre-order on Amazon, but the company never announced it. I'm talking about the Faculty on 4K. I think this is a controversy because Scream Factory was obviously going to put this out. It was ready to go. The pre-order was up on Amazon. Okay. It usually goes up on Amazon before Scream Factory even announces that. I don't even know how that happens or how Scream Factory allows that to happen. And I talked about it on the Physical Media Report. It was all ready to go. There was images shown on Blu-ray.com, and then it never got announced. And there was no statement put out about like, why is it not coming out? Because Scream Factory never officially announced it. So it was like, it was getting ready to come out. We knew it was coming out because it had pre-orders up. Bull Moose had pre-orders up. And we just expected that Scream was going to announce it. And then they didn't. So because they didn't announce it, I guess they didn't think they had to make any kind of statement as to what happened to it. So now we're just kind of in limbo with the Faculty on 4K. When is it coming? We've already got October announcements. It's not coming then. Will it come in November, December? What's going on? This is yet another Robert Rodriguez film on 4K. And thank God we got one. I mean, we got one with Desperado now. This is another Robert Rodriguez 4K that we all expected was going to come out. It almost got announced, and then they pulled back on it. From Dusk Till Dawn back in 2021. We still don't know what's going on with that. So I'm just afraid that this is going to be the same thing. Like this went up, and then it went away, and Scream never announced it. And it's like, what's going on? Are they done with it now? Like, did they have to go back to the drawing board? Are they just going to give up on it? Like, what is happening? Like, you wouldn't think that The Faculty would be that difficult of a film to remaster on 4K. So yeah, The Faculty, I think this is a big one. This is one that I talked about, I said, this is coming. And then Scream Factor kind of pulled the rug on us, and we haven't really got an explanation about it. So that's a pretty big one, I think. So The Faculty is my number 8 controversy. Number 7 is Once Upon a Time in the West on 4K. So this is another one that I posted a picture up, and then everybody's like, I hear that's a horrible transfer, and Paramount botched it, and they added DNR in there, and there's parts that just don't look natural. And I watched the 4K, and I thought it looked fine, for the most part. It wasn't great. What I wanted with this was Django 4K from Arrow Video, because I just think that's the standard when it comes to those classic spaghetti westerns on 4K. That looked so fantastic. The Dollars trilogy looks fantastic. I wanted that with Once Upon a Time in the West, and it's not quite that. Now, again, that could come down with the original materials, what they were working with. I never had the Blu-ray for Once Upon a Time in the West. I don't know what that original Blu-ray looked like. So they probably did the best they could. And maybe they had to apply some DNR and whatever, and that's just what they had to do. I don't know what went into it. Again, we don't know what goes into all this stuff. I'm not somebody that does restoration, so I'm the last person that should be talking about this stuff, but I am, because this is what I do. But Once Upon a Time in the West, thought it looked solid. Okay, but I wanted it to be great, and there were obviously some issues there with Paramount, and just some scenes and moments that just didn't look completely natural. They were a little too glossy. Okay, a little bit too glossy in some scenes. And see, it wasn't, like the ones we'll talk about a little bit later, but it was, it wasn't as good as it could be. Okay, so that's number 7. Not terrible, so that's why it's number 7, but not great, not good enough. Okay, try again next time, Paramount. All right, this is another one that got announced and then it got pulled away from everybody, and I know people are just chomping at the bit to get this, but the 7 4K box set cancellation. I mean, they have refunded people, I'm pretty sure, on Amazon for that box set. I think they canceled the orders on Amazon, and I don't know if they did on Zavi yet or not, but I know they did on Amazon for that What's in the Box edition that they put out. And everybody thought that 7 on 4K was coming, and then it got canceled. And by all accounts, like David or Fincher's working on it. He's still doing the restoration. I don't know if he had to go back to the drawing board and start over. I don't know exactly what happened, but it's supposed to be coming. Like, he did an interview recently. I did a whole video on this, like I think back in May, I believe. So you can go check out that video. And I told the entire story of 7 on 4K going all the way from 2023, summer of 2023 to spring of this year. So I gave all the developments that was going on. And I think the last we left off on was Fincher gave us another update because he was being interviewed for something. And he said that the 4K was still being worked on and it should be coming at some point in the future. So it's still coming, apparently, but they did cancel those box sets. And I think at first they delayed them. And then they said they were going to come out like next year, 2025. And then they just canceled them and refunded people altogether. So I think that's a controversy, pretty big controversy, especially for a box set like that everybody was looking forward to. So that's my number 6. My number 5 is not tied to a particular release, but this is more just like a broad physical media controversy and problem. And I'm calling this at number 5, the Walmart Steelbook section. I feel like has been a controversy in 2024 because when Best Buy shut its stores or stopped selling physical media, it didn't shut its stores, they're still open. Walmart stepped in and they said, look, we got you. We're going to release all these steelbooks, all these cool Lionsgate steelbooks and stuff that Walmart was doing, exclusives and all that. We got you. We're going to start doing these. We're going to put them in stores. We're going to have this nice steelbook section, movies wrapped in steel, whatever they call it, which I still have never seen one with the banner like that. I've got some steelbook sections, but I don't have ones like other people have. They're like, we got you. We're going to have the steelbooks in stock. And for a while, a lot of people said that it was working. They were seeing the new releases in store. I really never did. Like every now and then I would see some new stuff, but mine were pretty like picked over like every time I went in there, or they weren't even put out. Like I've still got steelbook sections, but they're rarely ever updated, it feels like. So I've never really gotten to experience the grand nature of the Walmart Steelbook section that other people may have. But that's okay, because if other people were experiencing it, then that's great, and I'm glad you did. But I've heard from some people that it started off really well, and now it's completely fallen off, and steelbooks aren't getting stocked, and stuff's not getting put out, and it's just an issue, guys. Like, Walmart said they had us. They said, we got you. We're going to put the steelbooks out. And, a lot of their pre-orders are like going out of stock, and then they got to put them back in stock. And a lot of weird stuff is happening with the pre-orders, and the pricing as well is like way too high. And then it'll finally drop. It's just doing a lot of weird stuff. So I'm not a huge fan of the Walmart's takeover of steelbooks for sure, and all the physical media exclusives. So I think this is a pretty big controversy. And I think that this is something that a lot of collectors are, especially steelbook collectors, are dealing with and not enjoying as far as physical media in 2024. And just a lot of issues involving Walmart's and their steelbook takeover and their steelbook sections and all that stuff. So let me know if that's a problem for you all, though. I feel like it's a problem for most people, but some people got it good, and they'll go in there and they'll find their stuff. It's just, if you're going to do something like that, like, apply it to all your Walmarts. Like, why is it so hard? Or at least like have one or two that's well stocked in a city. Like, why is it so hard to at least have like one location, like within an hour rate or 30-minute radius of somebody to go visit? I don't know. Just seems like it should be better than that. All right, so that's my number 5. Let me take a drink real quick, guys. I'm running out of breath, running out of steam. We got 4 more to get into, and then I'll get back into the chat. Number 4 is the Nightmare on Elm Street 4K artwork. Now, this one feels kind of silly. And this should probably be a little bit further down the list, but like, to be honest, from my perspective, and a lot of this is just from my perspective, guys, everybody was freaking out about this artwork. Like, they really were. And there were some people, like, there were forums going off saying, I'm not going to get this. I'm not ordering this. This is crap. Warner Brothers is shit. Why are they doing this? Such shitty art. People were freaking out over that artwork. I think people have settled down a little bit since then, especially since the UK artwork was revealed. But people were going nuts over that artwork when it was first announced. And I actually like the Steelbook now. I pre-ordered that off of Groove. I think the Steelbook artwork's pretty good. Now, the cover I don't like, because it's not the Freddy from Part 1. Like, if they would have put the Freddy from Part 1 on there with the same kind of design, I would have been fine. But like, you put a Freddy from a different Freddy film for A Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one, that just shows that you don't give a shit. Like, and you don't even know anything about the franchise. And that's your franchise. So I think that's kind of lazy. But it's not going to make me not buy the release or get the release. So, I pre-ordered the Steelbook. I'm getting it. The UK edition looks lovely, but I'm just going to go with the regular Steelbook for that. But yeah, people were freaking out over that artwork. So I definitely think that's a controversy for sure in 2024. So, all right, look, we got 278 people in here right now, guys. Hit the like button. Okay. If you haven't already. I don't have any more digital codes to give away. I'm looking around. Maybe I do. I don't know. I could probably pick one out from somewhere. Yeah, no more digital codes to give away. So you're just hitting the like button for me at this point. Okay. So I would appreciate that to get me up to at least 250. All right. We're in the top 3 now, guys. And number 3, coming in at number 3 is AI Jaws 3 on 4K. This is a big one. This honestly could have took number 1, maybe. I feel like, I think that the movie itself is not as beloved as what's at my number 1 spot. So that's why it doesn't take number 1, because a lot of people don't give a shit about this movie anyway, and a lot of people didn't even buy this movie. So it wasn't as big of a deal, I feel like, in the grand scheme of collectors. But man, for the people that got this and for the people that heard about this, this was a big deal, and people went nuts over this. I think it's kind of funny. I still think it's kind of a funny quirk to the 4K. I think that, I reviewed this, so you can go check out my review. But when it comes to Jaws 3 on 4K, should they have utilized the AI upscaling? Probably not. I think they did it because they were trying to be slick, and they were trying to make some of those background images look better. But but the original elements and how they shot that movie, it just wasn't the best. It just didn't lend itself to a good Blu-ray restoration or a 4K restoration. So the materials they were working with weren't great. They tried to fix it up. I think they got a little bit too big for their britches, a little bit too fancy, and they ended up fucking some shit up. They ended up making the background characters look like zombies and demons that will haunt your souls in dreams at night. So I I don't think it's the worst thing in the world, because I think when the 4K shines, it shines, and it is a drastic uptick from that Blu-ray. That Blu-ray looks like pure garbage. It's one of the worst Blu-rays I've ever seen. It is complete trash. It's DVD quality. It's horrible. So I will watch that 4K every day of the week now before I'll watch that DVD. I'll probably watch the DVD before I watch the Blu-ray. That Blu-ray's rough. Looks horrible. The 4K is so much better looking overall. But yeah, those background images, you can overlook it though, guys. Like, I was really locked in and paying attention when I was reviewing it, but I feel like the next time I watch it, I won't be paying attention as much, and I'll just be focusing on the movie. And I think if you do that, you'll be just fine with that 4K. So I don't think it's the worst thing in the world, but there's no doubt that caught fire and kind of took over the physical media world for a couple of weeks. So it was definitely a big controversy. And, the AI thing is kind of a sore subject for a lot of people now. Just in the movie industry and people talking about movies and all that stuff. And just in the world in general, like with everything, AI is kind of a big deal. And people are kind of questioning, like, how should we use AI? When should we use AI? When is it appropriate? When is it not? How often should we use it? How should we use it? All that stuff, guys, and kind of questioning the morality of everything. So I get it. I think that kind of sparked a lot of the issues as well. Like, people are just so locked into AI and how it's bad, when it can be used as a positive tool for sure. But yeah, Jaws 3 on 4K, that was a big one. But I think it's a good 4K overall. I think it's a good 4K. Number 2, I just got pricing. Pricing shit is too much now. It's getting ridiculous. Okay. And I wanted to do an entire breakdown and video about this, so I might save more in-depth thoughts for that video. I'm working on that right now. But look, guys, there's no question that we're paying more for physical media than we were 2 years ago. Like, pretty across the board. Like, for sure, the boutique labels. Like, I think the only boutique label that's relatively the same is Kino Lorber. But Arrow Video is up over in the 40s for a box set release, when they used to be like 35. Their standard editions used to be like $27.99. The Screen Factory editions I think the Screen Factory 4Ks used to be $27.99. Now they're like $32.99. Studio releases are going up. Steelbooks are for sure going up. Lionsgate Steelbooks, they used to cost $20. I think they got up to like 22 when Best Buy let them go. Now that they're at Walmart, they're 30, they're $35, and it's just crazy, guys. The pricing's crazy. Now, there is weird stuff going on with Amazon. Amazon pricing, like, they're keeping the prices high, and then right before it comes out, they'll drop it. So take that into account as well. It's not as bad as it may seem at first when the pre-orders first go up on Amazon, but there's no doubt physical media has gone up. Now, I think when you factor in like certain boutique label sales and stuff like that, there's still good sales out there. And if you factor those in, you really take advantage of those sales, you can still get really good deals. You can still get great deals on Amazon. I post them all the time in my community tab. But I think overall, as far as like new releases coming out, like, prices have gone up, guys, especially for more like premier editions, boutique editions, and steel books and stuff like that. It's gotten pretty crazy. It has gotten pretty crazy. You can feel it for sure. And I know it's inflation and all that stuff, whatever, but it's they got to rein it in a little bit at some point, because we got to have some money for food and necessities. We can't be broke all the time. Come on now. So I think pricing is a big controversy. It's one I hear people talking about a lot, but I wanted to dive into it and do a video and see just how bad it was for like certain releases and certain labels, and who was the biggest offender, who rose their prices the most, and all that kind of stuff. I feel like for studios, It's been kind of the same, I guess, like $30 for a new 4K. I think the Blu-rays have gone up like that. Now they're like $24.99. But prices, I think in general have just gone up, mostly for boutique labels and steelbook editions for sure. And I know a lot of collectors are feeling that. All right. The last one, guys, James Cameron. I didn't even do any build up to that. I just went right into it. James Cameron 4Ks. Like, how could this not be number one? Everybody was talking about this. First off, the build up to these being announced was incredible. I talked about these potentially coming to 4K for like 2 years before they were actually announced. Every single time I put The Abyss or True Lies on a thumbnail, it was like instant, like 10 to 15,000 views on a video, which is good for me. People were excited about those releases, and there was such buildup and anticipation. When is True Lies coming? Because they only had DVD releases. When is True Lies coming? When is The Abyss coming? When are we getting Aliens? We got Alien. Why did we not have Aliens? So there was so much anticipation. And then we finally got an announcement for Titanic. And that was really cool. And people were like, oh, are we doing this now? Are we going to get True Lies? We're going to get The Abyss, but it still didn't come yet. We got Titanic, we got Avatar. So we knew it was in the works and James Cameron was doing some stuff. And then finally, I think last November, we got the official announcement, True Lies, Aliens, and The Abyss are coming to 4K. And then people immediately were like, they were super excited, but they were also like a little skeptical. Okay, is this going to be a T2 situation? What are these going to look like? And everybody was like, no, there's no way Cameron's going to make that mistake again, which I know T2, there's its own issues involved. I've heard the story of how it was the 3D version that they upscaled to 4K, and it was Studio Canal that did that, and it was kind of more their fault than James Cameron. That's the story on the street anyway. But with True Lies and The Abyss and Aliens, they're like, it's been so long. They know we're anticipating this. There's no way they're going to F these up. There's just no way they're going to do that. James Cameron's not going to let that happen again. And then people start throwing out images of True Lies and what Arnold's face looks like. And you got Tom Arnold over there, and it looks like freaking complete wax statues in the movie. And everybody was like, uh-oh. Everybody's kind of bracing themselves for what was going to come. And True Lies comes out. And I think that was the first one I watched. I think True Lies was the first one I watched. And look, I reviewed all those. And I was pretty positive on 2 of them. One of them I was a little bit negative on the transfer, but it wasn't True Lies, because I think that overall the 4K, it had some wonky spots, some spots that didn't fully work. I mean, it's kind of like Jaws 3, honestly. Some spots that don't work, but I feel like overall it was a good upgrade, actually a great upgrade over what we had already, which was only the DVD. Now, if you had the bootleg Blu-ray, maybe you prefer that over the 4K. I don't know. But it was a good upgrade. It was better than what we had. And I did think that parts of True Lies looked incredible on 4K. But there were some scenes that did not look great, did not look fantastic. So I understand that. Then you get to The Abyss, and The Abyss, for the most part, guys, looks fantastic. Like, I think everything underwater looks awesome. Awesome. So I think the controversy wasn't as much with The Abyss as it was with the other 2, especially True Lies. But there was a little bit there. There were some people that said some of the other underwater stuff didn't look so good. But my problem with The Abyss was the stuff above water, I didn't think looked great. And then Aliens, which that was my least favorite. I don't know. I watched some of the Blu-ray, and the 4K to me just, I don't know. It looked, I don't know how exactly to describe it. It just felt too, when I was watching the 4K of Aliens, I felt like I saw the set that they were filming on instead of the actual planets. Like, I couldn't immerse myself in the movie because I felt like I saw so much and everything was so clear and without any grain at all, because they were all cleared up to the max. That's how James Cameron likes it. But I felt like everything was so clear and just too clean and so crisp that I saw everything, and I saw the set. Like, I felt like I saw the set. I felt like I was watching like a making of or something where I actually saw like the sets instead of like the film itself. It just didn't feel cinematic. It felt like I was watching like a making of documentary in certain parts. and I wanted to be immersed in the planet. And then, like, I remember the sequence where all the aliens are coming through through the roof, and you see them all crawling up there in the red lights, and it looks so fake. Like, I could just see all the rubber suits that they were wearing. And I don't know, just something I got a lot of crap for that in the comment section, but I wasn't a huge fan of the Aliens 4K. That was my least favorite because that is a case where I might watch the Blu-ray next time I watch that. Because I didn't like that. I did not like the way that they made that one look, for sure. So that was my big problem. But there's no doubt that all of them had little individual problems for some people. They were not perfect. And James Cameron did his James Cameron thing, and he over digitalized them and made them look too clean and scrubbed them to death. And, he's probably going to do that for Terminator as well. And just brace yourself for that. So there was so much chatter though. There was so much conversation. People were just flying back and forth at each other. There were some people were like, they're good, just accept them. At least we got them. And some people were like, no, this is bullshit. He needs to redo them. And people were arguing back and forth. I tend to fall in the middle on these conversations. It's like, yeah, it's bullshit that they weren't great. They should have been, they had enough time to work on them, but it's like, it's not the end of the world. They're the best they've ever looked, whatever. Like I said, my only real problem was Aliens. I don't think I'll watch the Aliens 4K again, to be honest. I'll probably just watch the Blu-ray. But that's it, guys. That's the James Cameron 4K controversy. And let me get back to the chat a little bit, because there's something else I want to share about James Cameron. And I'm going to make that the last thing that I talk about on this live stream. So let's get back into the chat. See what we got. That was a lot, guys. I talked for a lot. How long was that? Was that like 25 minutes or something? Did I cover it all? Did I cover the broad strokes of the physical media controversies in 2024? Was there something I missed? I feel like there might have been something I missed, but I can't think of one. I feel like some people were bitching about Crybaby, but I ignored that because I love that 4K so much. So yeah. Conservative Carnage. I don't know if I saw your comments or not. Like I said, I'm trying. It's perfectly fine. You can't afford a super chat, but what I will say is if you do super chat, I'll be guaranteed to see your comments. But no, I don't think I see it anywhere. I am sorry. I looked for it though. Perfect Blue. I actually have that. Somebody sent that to me. I have not watched it. That'd be cool. All right, I'm gonna scroll down to where you all are maybe talking about. Okay, so I think this is where it started. Ken's Kathy's curse is cursed. Jerison said there's a lot of controversies this year. I have not seen Evil Aliens. Culture Training says first mistake, don't buy from Severin. The worst movie label. You think so? They could be. They could be. I feel like there's somebody worse. What's up, Culture Trini? Culture Trini says I should buy more Criterions, because they never screw up. Look, at least Severin didn't ask for proof of destruction. They didn't want to see our busted up Opera 4K disc. I can't remember the details. It was something about the HDR grading that they got sent over wasn't done right. The color grading wasn't done right. And they try to throw somebody else under the bus, which I don't know how that goes over, because it's like you're responsible for it ultimately, right? Like, why are you trying to throw somebody else under the bus? But it was something like that along those lines. The color grading wasn't done correctly on the 4K. The Blu-ray is supposedly fine with the 4K scan. Being corny, snooty cat. What? All of them? Come on. Come on. Aliens. Look, Aliens, we'll take Aliens out of it. You can't say Terminator and Terminator 2 aren't some of the greatest films ever made. Like, they are. 100% they are. You cannot bash on Terminator, Terminator 2. They're fantastic. Don't ever do that. Footloose looked like it was supposed to look. Yeah, I agree. I agree. It kind of was. Yeah, it kind of was. I cheated a little bit and I ranked them all together. I do not watch movies with motion and smoothing. Who says I watch my movies with motion and smoothing? I put it on filmmaker mode. I can't stand the way that looks. It looks so unnatural. My father-in-law watches his movies like that. And it's so like weird looking. But no, I absolutely do not watch with motion and smoothing. When did you get that impression, culture training? Opera should get a pass since it's an unintended problem and they're fixing it. Paramount messes up way more disc than Severin. I didn't give him a pass this time, Michelle. I'm sorry. The Faculty 4K needs done already. Speed Racer look amazing on 4K. I haven't seen Speed Racer, honestly. Well, it's a quiet controversy then, Michelle. What? I think it's a great film. I love it. What? What? Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, but there was parts that looked a little smooth to me. I can't confirm that they 100% used DNR, but it did look a little bit unnatural in parts. But yeah, they should have 100% used the 100 gigabyte disk. They cheaped out on that. Panic Room, yeah. True, true, true. Nice. Let's see. My Walmart never updates the steelbooks. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, is it still pending on Amazon? See, I heard people got cancellations. Yeah, mine's kind of the same. I haven't seen them add anything since the Cocaine Bear Steelbook. When was that announced? When was that? When did that come out? Not exactly sure. Where is the box? Where is the box? Let's see. Culture Trini says he wants Nightmare in a paper bag. Well, that makes sense, Culture. You do love Criterion, and most of their releases are pretty much they might as well be in a paper bag because the packaging isn't great. Except for Pat Garrett and Billy Kid, that was a good set. That was a good set. It's Best Buy's fault that these steel books that we can't find at Walmart cost so much. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think as far as physical media is concerned, that probably is going to be reversed because if Walmart's going to be the last holdout and eventually they stop selling it, then all we'll have is mom and pop stores that try to revitalize physical media and create little places to shop. I just probably won't get any of those places in my area. So I won't have them, but some other bigger cities will have them. I don't have places like the Archive and Grindhouse Video and Orbit DVD, and I mean I can shop those places online, but I don't have physical locations to go to. Yep. Well, that's a good practice to have, culture. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and a lot of those will eventually go on sale, and some of them will drop pretty significantly within the first couple of weeks. That's why I've been trying to tell people, I'm like, you don't have to buy it all. Like, if you really, really want something like day one, you're super excited for it, by all means get it. But like, don't get everything day one because a lot of that stuff will go down. I think the Fall Guy just dropped like $5. Furiosa just came out on 4K. I bet that drops like $5 within 2 weeks. You can get that on 4K for $24.99. Look at Doom Part 2 on 4K. That's like $22.99 right now. So these releases drop quick. It's just a matter of waiting and how long can you wait for those releases. Um, a RoboCop 2, I think, is down to like $27.99. That's a Scream Factor release. I mean, I think the Hitcher was fine price wise. Like that's actually cheaper than a Severin release. I think wasn't that like 55 or something? Severin's like 60 for a 4K, and the Hitcher is going to be a beautiful like big box set. And Severin doesn't do anything like that. So I'm fine with Second Sight pricing. I think that for the most part is pretty fair for what you get from Second Sight. I'm sick eating cat food. Oh shit. Yeah. Yeah. That's the problem. Yeah. Well, let's get into that. Let's get into that, Michelle. So, the last thing I want to talk about is James Cameron firing back on all of us nerds talking physical media on the internet. Let me bring this up. I just want to point out, Mr. Cameron, that I do not live in my mom's basement. I am in a basement, but it is my own basement. Okay. I worked hard for this basement. It is not my mom's basement. Okay. So I criticize your 4Ks in my own basement, not my mom's basement. Okay. And I met somebody like, 20 years ago. So there you go. I can't speak for everybody that talks about your 4Ks on the internet. I cannot speak for everybody. I can speak for myself, Mr. Cameron, that I am in my own basement right now. But let me bring this up, guys. You got to read this article because I think it's pretty damn funny. So James Cameron, I'm going to bring up IndieWire, and it looks like it's playing damn trailers again. I can never escape trailers being played everywhere. James Cameron, critics of Aliens 4K restoration need to move out of mom's basement. That's the headline, guys. So he fires back. You can tell he's been building this up for a while. He's been seething with anger ever since the releases came out. I'm gonna put myself down here on the bottom, guys. So it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. But let's read the article, and then I'll just kind of react to it as I'm reading it. So this was a few days ago, I think, but it says, let's see, James Cameron has no time to defend the 4K transfers of his films like Aliens and True Lies. And I don't know where this was, if it was at some kind of like interview or event or something, but the auteur told The Hollywood Reporter that fans who criticize the quality of restorations should get a life. I have a life, James. It's talking movies on the internet with a group of fine people like the 255 people that are watching me right now. Okay. I also go to work in the morning and I come home and I spend time with my wife and kids. I've got a life. May not be the most exciting life, but I got one. I'm sure it's not as exciting as your life. You get to be on set making Blue Man Group movies, every day. but it's a life. Okay. Let me get back to it. Cameron seems to be echoing the sentiment that Ridley Scott doled out for the historical accuracy of his own features like Napoleon. Basically, let the directors direct, the restorers restore, and the content as cinephiles, and be content as cinephiles, according to Cameron. I read that all wrong. When people start reviewing your grain structure, they need to move out of mom's basement and meet somebody, right? I'm serious. Uh, Cameron said, I mean, are you fucking kidding me? That's what he said, guys. Sorry for the foul language. I mean, are you effing kidding me? I've got a great team that does the transfers. I do all the color and density work. I look at every shot, every frame, and then the final transfer is done by a guy who has been with me for years. All the Avatar films are done that way. Everything is done. You see, that's the problem, James. We don't want them done like the Avatar films. That's the problem. We want them done how you shot them back in 1984 and in 1986. We want them like you did them back then, just restored. We don't want them to look like Avatar. That's the problem, James. Moving on. He added, "Get a life, people. Seriously." How many times does he say "get a life"? Oh my goodness. James is firing back. As for his aforementioned Avatar team, Cameron teased that the upcoming Avatar 3 is really effing cool. He's cussing a lot. James Cameron's got a potty mouth, okay? He's upset. And Cameron is still steadfast about directing the 4th and 5th installments of the franchise. Oh my God. Who wants that, guys? I hope Avatar 3 bombs. I just want to say that up. The second one did good because it had been a long time and people were curious. I hope the rest of them bomb. I hope they eat shit. That's just my honest opinion. Look, I love James Cameron. I'm not saying that because of these comments. I hate the whole Avatar movement. It's just, I didn't like the first one. And it's like, I wasn't excited for the sequel. Still haven't seen it. And I just want it to go away. Just go back, do some original shit, James, before you hang it up. Come on. I mean, they're going to have to stop me. I got plenty of energy, love doing what I'm doing. Why would I not? Cameron said. And they're written, by the way, I just reread both of them about a month ago. They're cracking stories. They've got to get made. Look, if I get hit by a bus and I'm in iron lung, somebody else is going to do it. Cameron is just coming in hot. I don't know if he says anything about the transfers, but let me keep reading. I'll read the rest of this. Cameron previously told IndieWire's Jim Hipville during a 2023 Beyond Fest panel that the 4K release of The Abyss had bonus material that was not part of the original 1989 film. All the mastering is done, and I think it drops pretty soon, a couple of months or something like that, Cameron said. There's a lot of added material that they're sticking in there, and it will be available on streaming simultaneously. But I didn't just want to look at the old HD transfer. I wanted to do it right. I mean, I think most people agree that he did The Abyss right? So yeah, guys, what do you all think of that? That's crazy, right? James Cameron just went scorched earth on all of us physical media nerds out there. Here are my thoughts. He's a filmmaker. He made these films. He obviously cares about his movies, guys. He does. He's just a little warped with his thought process of how we want his films to look now and how he wants his films to look and how he thinks they should look. But at the end of the day, he's the guy that made them. They're his movies and he's doing the work. If he wants to do them that way, we don't have to love it, but we have to kind of respect it, I guess. I mean, they're his movies. We wouldn't have them if it wasn't for him. We wouldn't have them if it wasn't for him. So, there's worse things going on in the world than bad 4K restorations from James Cameron. And I would argue for the most part, they're fine. I just don't like the way Aliens looks, but I know a lot of people that did. A lot of people loved Aliens on 4K. This was their favorite one. So, again, it's all subjective, right? I continue to say that 4K is the most subjective format there's ever been. I think that most people would say that Blu-ray is a clear upgrade over DVD, but a lot of people struggle to find the differences between Blu-ray and 4K. They struggle to find the reasons to upgrade Blu-ray to 4K. And a lot of times people just don't like the look of 4K with the HDR and how it has a little bit of a darker tint to it. They're a little bit thrown off by that. I know I was a little bit when I first started. So I think that it's very subjective, the 4K, and it all comes down to your personal preference and taste. And I think that's evident with James Cameron as an example. Like it's his preference and his taste as far as like what he wants his movies to look like now in 2024. And he made the call, he made the decision, and that's what they look like. So all of us nerds in our mom's basements, we just got to suck it up and live with it. And that's all we can do. So I don't know. That's my thoughts, guys. I thought it was interesting though. And it was funny. Definitely interesting and funny to share on the live tonight. But what are your all's thoughts? Comments in the chats, comment after the stream. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section and all that good stuff. So, oh my goodness, my video is getting fuzzy again. I hope it's not fuzzy anymore. Guys, I just realized I'm over 2 hours now. I got to get out of here. There's still 240 people in here. Thank you all for being here. Watched True Lies yesterday. All right, I'm going to fast forward, guys. Sorry if I miss people. Damn, Chronologic, you are... going nuts about Cameron, aren't you? All right, Chrono, I want to put you in timeout. Cameron's living in a bubble. If Avatar makes it to the 5th film, I'll eat my favorite purse. Will never happen again. Y'all Avatar hater or butt hurt. Yeah, I just don't like him. I hope it bombs. It probably won't happen though. You're right, but I just hope it does. I hope it does. Yeah, I mean, I think in his mind, like he views the physical media community as like a small, kind of like the way the studios, I believe, view the physical media collectors and community at this point. They're a nuisance. They're a problem. There's something that shouldn't be around anymore because we got all this updated technology, but they are, and they're still stirring up a bunch of crap about wanting to own the movies and how it looks the best on physical, and we want physical. And it kind of sucks because as a filmmaker, like you should always want your movie preserved physically. I think, I can't understand why any filmmaker wouldn't want his film preserved in a physical format in the best possible quality. But I think he views us the same way the studios do. We're a niche group of a minority of people that he doesn't need to cater to and he doesn't care about. And that's why he's so dismissive of us. Like he doesn't view us as his fans. Like he views the new mainstream audience that is coming to see his Avatar films, the next generation, the generation that he's making his Avatar films for, his overly digitalized Blue Man Group movies. That's who he's making his movies for now, for the next generation, for the generation that's only going to care about streaming and, downloading movies into their brain and shit like that. That's who he cares about. He doesn't give a shit about us. We're long gone in his mind. And, we only care about his old movies, Terminator stuff. He doesn't really have any interest in anymore. But he did the restorations. I think, you want to know what I really think? I think he kind of trolled us a little bit. I think I think he did that to his movies. I think that was in the back of his mind. He trolled us a little bit. He's like, I'm gonna do this to this man. I'm gonna tweak this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make this a little smoother, just so people have something to bitch about. I don't think in his mind it does not affect his bottom line. Like he's not gonna get a lower return on his investment for Avatar 3. Less people aren't going to go see Avatar 3 because of the 4K restoration of True Lies. So I don't think he gives a shit, So yeah, he's criticizing his fans, but in his mind, it's a small minority that doesn't matter. That's what I think, That's the right idea. Yeah, yeah. I don't see why. I feel like Avatar came out and everybody forgot about it in like a year. Like nobody talked about Avatar the year after it came out. Yeah. Yep, yep, for sure. Yeah, they are. George Lucas as well, yeah. 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 Yep, yep. See you later, ma'am. Yeah, I just view the Avatar films as like Transformers. Like those made $1 billion too, but they sucked. I don't know. To be honest, like I saw Avatar once and I just don't remember being impressed. It was on DVD, but I don't remember being impressed with the movie and the story. And I'm gonna rewatch it though. I could change my opinion. I'm gonna rewatch it. I'm gonna watch the second one for the first time eventually when I've got 8 hours to kill. I'll check them out. James Cameron wants to give us a wedgie and stuff us in a locker. What a jackass. Yeah, yeah, I get it. What's up, Floyd? Well, mark my words, Terminator is going to look like that. It's going to be the same thing. People are not going to be happy with it. I do think he got Titanic pretty right, though. I didn't have too many issues with Titanic. Titanic was done pretty damn well. Christopher Nolan, man, like he should really be. He needs to be calling up Cameron and giving him a talk. I think Cameron has to respect Nolan. Like, wouldn't you think so? Do they have like beef or something? He needs to call him up and give him a talk, a little pep talk. You know, I think if anybody is going to do it, it's going to be Christopher Nolan. Um, Conservative carnage. I don't want to get into any kind of controversy with other people's channels, man. That's not really my thing. I do see your comment though. Many people other than Cameron contributed to Aliens. What do you think of the director? Photography thinks about what he did. He probably loves it. Probably loves it. You know, he's in Cameron's back pocket. Okay, well, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. I got this at Spirit Halloween, Johnny. I think I got this there. I don't know if it's still there this year, but I got this a couple of years ago. I think back in 2022 or maybe 2021. Um, so yeah, Cameron has too big an ego to get a talking to from Scorsese or Nolan. I got beef with Scorsese too. It's like he's doing these streaming movies now, and it's like his movies aren't getting 4K physical releases. I think The Irishman will, and well, no, The Irishman did from Criterion, but I think Killers of the Flower Moon will probably get one, maybe from Criterion as well. But look, guys, we're done. We're done talking a variety of things. This was a good show tonight. I appreciate you guys being here. Where are we at now? 259 likes. Thank you all so much. Thank you all for joining me tonight for this live stream, Physical Media Tonight. Biggest controversies 2024. I thought we did good tonight. I appreciate you guys. Definitely drop me a like if you haven't. Comments after the live stream goes off on the stream itself, like in the comment section, that helps out the algorithm as well. I'd appreciate it. Even if you just drop like a, hey, how are you, Ken? What's going on? Thoughts on the James Cameron stuff or whatever you want to comment. I would appreciate it. But thank you all for being here. And I will see you. Remember, I got a review for, sorry guys, I got a review for Furiosa on 4K coming tomorrow. So check that out. Mexico Trilogy will be coming soon, and I got other fun videos in between. So be sure to have the bell notifications on for all future videos, and I'll see you next time.